Hey guys, welcome to my prediction video for the upcoming mid-season changes to Smite. The patch is coming in about a week on the 13th, and a lot of things are changing. I just want to go over them regarding the ADC role and hunters in general. So yeah, let's get into it. So as you guys probably know, the first big change coming to Smite is that they're removing boots completely and giving you movement speed scaling from level 2 to 7. So you get 3% movement speed each level. It's just flat across the board. You don't need to buy boots anymore, and yeah, everyone just gets the movement speed as the game progresses. And so what that really does for hunters is, I think, makes them way better. And I think it's a twofold reason. One reason, I think, is because this means that they're removing tank boots from the game, which, if you're not aware, tank boots are OP for tanks. It makes tanks very strong. It gives them way too many procs early game, and therefore makes them insanely powerful and insanely tanky. And with them removed, tanks will be less strong, less protections early game. And you might say, yeah, but they'll just replace them with like Sov or something. And trust me guys, it doesn't matter. It evens everything out, because that means you'll get your items online faster. And they won't be getting Thebes or Sov on their first back probably. And even if they are, it's not going to be trust me, it's not going to be as polarizing as tank boots were. That goes for soul lane, that goes for support. And yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why hunters will be strong. But I think the main reason for the no boots making hunters stronger is because what it really does, removing boots, is it kind of shortens the early game and accelerates you into the mid game way faster. And if you guys don't know, like, the identity of a hunter is to be really weak early game, and as the game goes longer and you get more items, you get stronger, and therefore getting to mid game faster will make you stronger. You'll like, hunters scale really well with core items. Like, I mean, right now it would be like Aussie and Wind Demon and Axie and stuff. And yeah, just getting them online faster will make you stronger earlier in the game, which will make you better. So that's what I think is going to happen to hunters. I think the no boost change will make them stronger overall. I think the game will feel way better to play hunters. And yeah, next thing I want to talk about is the map changes. They're actually adding a new objective called the Draugr to dual lane. And what this is, it reminds me of the Bull Demon King from Duel. If you played that, the last map, it's pretty much a little objective. It's kind of the same tankiness as the Scorpion, like before you do gold, that Scorpion, but it's a little more. It's like a little tankier, and you can't use like on her pillar to block it, unfortunately. So it's like a mini boss in your own lane, which I think will make dual lane very important to win. And I think whatever ADC has pressure, they can kind of snowball. I'm hesitant to say they can snowball harder than they can right now. That's because of the next change I'm about to talk about. But what this pretty much is, it's an objective. It spawns every 5 minutes. It spawns at 5 minutes. It gives global gold and global XP. And what it does is, when you get it, your towers get buffed, which means it makes sieging for the other team harder, which can help. But the main priority is just for the gold and XP around the map. Give it to your team. Get a lead on your opponent, and then fight them. So that's the first objective. I think whatever ADC can control that, they'll probably be able to kill it like 2 or 3 times a game, I want to say. Maybe 4. But yeah, I think whatever ADC can get control of that and do that as often as possible will be in control and have a lead for sure. The next thing I want to talk about is Alpha Harpy. Currently there's 1 Alpha Harpy, and what they're doing is splitting it up into 2 Alpha Harpies, 1 on each side of the map, kind of like towards your jungle. I'll show you a picture of the map, but the thing to know about this is that they're reducing the XP to almost half of what it was. So pretty much, like, if you do your Alpha Harpy, it'll be like half of the Alpha Harpy now. But the thing to know is that the gold is actually not getting halved. The gold's only getting reduced by 4. So invading the enemy Alpha Harpy, it won't give you that much XP, but it'll give you a good amount of gold. So if you can control both Alpha Harpies and the Draugr thing, I'm pretty sure you'll get a massive lead, even more massive than you get right now if you just control Alpha Harpy, which is why I think snowballing might be a thing. It's also not that hard to invade Alpha. Like, you don't have to go that far out of position. And it's still less than purple buff, if you're wondering. It's way less than purple buff. It might actually be the same XP as the other mini Scorpion. But, yeah. So those are two map changes that concern ADCs. You want to be able to control them. You want to invade them. You want to get them as much as possible. And you want to get ahead. And then, the other thing I want to talk about is my build prediction. Because people, what's going to be the build. And if you don't know, the big change to Hunter builds is actually Hunter's Cow. The starter item that never gets picked up. It hasn't had its chance in the meta yet. It is actually receiving MP5. It receives 7 MP5. And just playing PTS, you can probably see from the gameplay, this is what a lot of people have been building. It goes Cow, Trans, Aussie, which those 3 items, just those 3, are pretty insane, I think. If you think about it, you have 30% lifesteal and literally a starter item and 2 items. 30% lifesteal, a lot of power with Trans, and a lot of attack speed with Aussie and with Hunter's Cow and Flat Pin. It's kind of crazy how much you get with just these 3 items. And that's why I'm very, very heavily leaning that this will be the build. I'm not 100% sure. There's a few contesting builds, and one of them is Iqval Rush, which I'm not really on board with, but it could definitely be possible to go Cal, Iqval, Aussie. I'm not a big fan of Iqval. I hate how you have to stack the power. Your first auto is kind of weak. And you don't really need the attack speed with, like I said, with the Hunter's Cow and the Aussie, And the other build, it could be a Devos, and here's the reason for Devos. If you didn't know, so after PTS happened, they actually nerfed Trans right away because it was quote-unquote too strong. And they nerfed it from 2450 gold back to 2600 gold, which means if you start the Cow Team 1 Trans, like I said, you're going to have to farm 2000 gold to get full Trans. And that's an insane amount of gold to get on your first back. But the reason I don't think this is that big of a deal, and it's going to be okay to get on your second back, is because you have no boots, so you'll get movement speed regularly as you're just playing, and you have Cal movement speed, which helps you get back to lane faster. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to back twice for full Trans, as opposed to on the contrary, Devos, where if you start, I don't know if you would go Cal with it, but let's just say a starter item and Devos, you only have to farm 1700 to get full devs, which 1700 is definitely possible to farm. We've done that a lot, but 2000 is just it's a little hard to get. So my prediction right now is Cow, Trans, Aussie. Even though it's expensive, I think it's still gonna be the build. And then what after that? I think I'm still gonna go crit. I think I'm gonna go Wind Demon before Xe, and then I think I'm gonna go Wind Demon, Xe, Deathbringer, and then Hunter's Cow, maybe. Yeah, probably. That's my build going into it. Obviously, you're gonna have to test a lot, but that's my prediction. A lot of people have other predictions. Atlantis Bow did get even more power. Atlantis Bow is 40 power now, but we're gonna have to test that. That's my prediction right now. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to put in this video. I'm really excited for the patch. It's still a week away, but hopefully this week goes fast. I want to play it. I want to test stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. Peace.